What's up, YouTubers? PokeJediTrek's here. So, it is the day after Halloween, and today I have another cooking video for you. Now, as you many may know, that November is officially the final month of autumn. But yeah, and you know that the holiday near the fourth Thursday of every November in the United States is Thanksgiving. And even though it's not a conventional dessert, if you ever are tired of having pumpkin pie with ice cream, but I'm going to be showing you a very cool thing you can do with ice cream I'm going to be showing you how to make fried ice cream. And not just that, but it's going to be air fried ice cream. But I want you to keep in mind that air fried ice cream does sound promising, but this is an experimental recipe. Well, the recipe is actually conventional, but this is actually an experimental method, okay? So please keep that in mind, that this is an experimental method on how to make fried ice cream in the air fryer. Anyway, let's go over what we need. So to make fried ice cream, all you need at least these three ingredients. You need some ice cream and cereal and egg whites. Now the cereal doesn't have to be conventional, but you can use any form of chocolate cereal or graham crackers or something. And vanilla ice cream is what I'm using here, but you can use whatever ice cream you like. So first things first, you're gonna get some parchment paper and you're gonna lay it down on a baking sheet. Like so. Then next you're going to scoop as many balls as you can of ice cream onto You're going to scoop as many balls of ice cream as you can onto the parchment paper. In this case, I'm actually going to be scooping 4 balls. I'm going to be scooping 4. Alright, and then your ice cream is going to go in the freezer, and you're going to let it sit in the freezer for at least 1 hour. So when it gets close to the time for your stuff to stay in the freezer to pass, when it's almost time, what you're going to do is you're going to scoop out. So you're going to take 3 cups of your cereal. You're gonna scoop 3 cups of cereal and then store your cereal in a Ziploc bag. Then you're gonna crush the cereal up as best as you can in the Ziploc bag. This is actually a heck of a lot easier if you use a rolling pin. But because I don't have a rolling pin, you gotta use your hands to crush the cereal. However, I will warn you, your hands are gonna get pricked quite a lot, and you could risk rupturing the bag, so be careful. Then you're gonna put your crushed cereal into a mixing bowl, like so. Not the best job I've done at crushing the cereal, but it'll do. So now you're going to add 3 egg whites to a smaller mixing bowl. And then you're going to grab a fork and you're going to mix up the egg whites. And you're going to keep mixing the egg whites around until they are foamy. Until they start to become slightly foamy. Alright, took me a while, but They're now starting to get foamy, so it turns out when it comes to egg whites, because you may remember that I did a baked Alaska last summer, so when you're stirring egg whites together to make a meringue or something similar, apparently it takes trial and error to get it the right texture you need. Alright, I just took the ice cream balls out of the freezer. So now you're going to roll each and every single one of these ice cream balls in your egg whites, and then you're going to roll them around in your crushed up cereal. Like so. And if you want to get it just right, put them back, plus heighten the crispiness of your egg whites, would be to roll them around multiple times in the egg whites then cereal and repeat if you want to reinforce and cover the cereal as much as you can. These giant ice cream balls actually have stuck to the parchment paper like glue. So anyway, when you're done coating your ice cream balls in the egg whites and the cereal, you're gonna set them back on the parchment paper that you just took them off of, and you're gonna stick them in the freezer for at least 3 more hours. Alright, at least 3 hours have passed. As you can see by the fact that the lighting has changed is because of how much time that has passed. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take, and the tray's already cold, so we're going to take our ice cream balls and we're going to stick them into the air fryer. And like I've been telling you all, this is an experimental recipe. And what I mean by experimental, it means this is something I thought about and would like to express to others, but please keep in mind that if something goes wrong, I cannot be responsible for anything that happens. Like if your kitchen like if you got a fire, if your local fire department has to show up. So cook at your own risk. Anyway, you're gonna make sure your air fryer is set to about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and you're gonna fry it for you're gonna let your balls fry for for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not exactly sure because, like I said, this is an experimental recipe, and I intend, and I'll be just keeping my eyes peeled for how it turned out. Alright, so I gave it a couple of minutes, and let's pull these out, and kind of almost makes this ice cream makes it almost melt instantly, but then again, like I've been telling everybody, this is an experimental recipe. So anyway, I'm gonna sample an ice cream ball and make sure it turned out pretty decently. Not really the best job I've done, because even though it is pretty crispy though, but I actually used a dark colored cereal. But then again, it's like I said, this is an experimental recipe, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this type of cooking video. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.